Welcome to the Boxing Talk Show.
Fair but firm.
With the Hall of Fame boxing referee.
I'm Joe Cortez.
And co-host John Zamel for all of Las Vegas.
Come on, guys. Let's touch them up. 3 fight. I'm Joe Cortez. Fair but firm.
Welcome to the Fair but Firm Show here with Joe Cortez in Las Vegas, Nevada, with my co-host John Zimmer. We're here talking about boxing. Of course, this is what the fans come on to listen to. We all love this. We have a passion for the sport of boxing. As you know that, John, there's a lot of things going on today around the world, especially in the United Kingdom.
Oh, yes, sir.
There's some big fights that are taking place right now.
Absolutely. Well, that's what we talk about all the time, man. You know, the globalization of this sport has really taken off. And, some nights I got to stay up till 4 in the morning to watch fights in Japan. And other days I get up at 11 a.m. to start these cards. I'd be watching it right now. And you fans can actually, on the DAZN app, start watching the undercards for the Usyk-Bellew fight, which we'll be talking about for the rest of this segment, which is going on right now. Started at 11 a.m. It's one of those really fun days. It's what we like here in the Fair but Firm Show. We like when we can have cards to start during the day and end at night, and all day boxing. There's nothing more you can ask for.
Exactly. You know,
taller than me. I gotta adjust.
John is adjusting his seat there so he can
Yeah. Sorry,
sound better for you guys on the radio and look good on the internet.
I'm under the table.
Well, John, again, we're talking about these great fights that are taking place. And probably one of the best fighters, pound for pound.
Oh, yeah.
At least in the United Kingdom, is very well respected.
Yeah, Alexander Usyk. He's he's the undisputed cruiserweight champion. You know, since we've had the four main titles, IBF, WBA, WBO, WBC, we've only had, I think, 5 different people who've held all 4 ever. It's Terrence Crawford, Bernard Hopkins, I think Cecilia Brækhus, and Jermaine Taylor.
And Joe Cortez.
And Joe Cortez when he comes back. And now Alexander Usyk. And he picked up those three of those titles when he went through the World Boxing Super Series cruiserweight division and cleaned up that whole division. And so now Tony Bellew, who was once the WBC cruiserweight title holder, who then moved up to heavyweight to beat David Haye twice, is moving back down to try and reclaim his throne on his home soil in Manchester, England. And he's got a whole crowd full of, you know how they do. They got 80,000 people there waiting to see him beat a guy who really can't be beaten. And it's crazy exciting.
80,000 fans. Can you imagine
something like that? Yeah, usually that's what they do in that Manchester Stadium.
Yeah, I think when I had my last fight, I had like 8 people in the arena.
Probably true, yeah.
And these guys get 80,000. Unbelievable.
80,000, dude. It's nuts. Anyway. You were the ref during the what was it? Julio Cesar the record.
Yeah.
The biggest outdoor stadium fight. How many people was in that fight?
Yeah, Julio Cesar Chavez against Greg Haugen, 136,000 fans.
That's a lot of fans.
That was a lot of fans in the arena.
People,
it was really unbelievable. And Chavez ended up winning the title. Retaining his title. And a good thing he did, because I was a little nervous that if I would have to stop the fight.
Oh no!
With him getting his butt beat.
Oh, my God, in front of 140,000 people.
Yeah, they probably would have hung me in the ring.
They might have. You never know. That would have been crazy.
Yeah,
my God.
But it was one of those nights that Chavez says, I'm going to whip this guy. The guy been bad-mouthing me, saying I fought a bunch of Tijuana taxi drivers.
That's
and
the best.
He said, man, that's very insulting. He said, I'm going to beat your butt so bad. In that ring, he did. And
he famously, kept him going, man. He could have finished him in the first 4 or 5 rounds, but he kept him up the whole time.
Yeah,
kept him going, and just to inflict more punishment. That was one of those. That's one of those career definers. When you look back on the life and career of Julio Cesar Chavez, that's one of those where you look back and you go, wow, this guy is one of those moments, one of those snapshots.
Yeah. I ended up stopping it in the 5th round. And they announced the crowd as 136,000. Some people say it was 132,000. It looked like it was 200,000.
I bet, man. Yeah, I can't even imagine that many people in one place. I honestly can't even begin to fathom.
Well, you got the big crowds like the United Kingdom, 80,000 fans. That's really... goes to show that the British are really backing up, supporting their fighters.
And they have those great big, and the ticket prices are a lot lower. We talk about that, the difference between, fights in Las Vegas, where, like, to give you an idea, that famous fight, Anthony Joshua versus Vladimir Klitschko, sold out 80-something thousand people, or I think 90,000. It was 90,000, and the gate on that was $8.5 million. That's what they made, $8.5 million for the tickets. The last Canelo Triple G fight didn't even sell out 18,000 fans, and it made 23 million. 23 million was the first one. 21 million was the second one. That's the difference in ticket prices in Las Vegas. That's what we talk about when we say the difference in money between, because all you see is the difference between 18,000 and 80,000, but the dollars and cents wise, it's 3 times as much. It's easily 3 times.
Yeah, well,
as much.
What it is also is that you have all these high rollers come into town, and all these casinos want to keep the high rollers here, so they want to pay for. They'll pay the big bucks for the tickets just to make sure the fights will take place here,
absolutely,
instead of out of the country. But every so often, sometimes for tax purposes, these individuals are advised to fight out of the country, like Pacquiao, the last couple of fights.
Oh, well, yeah, well, his situation.
Yeah, and he's fighting out of the country because he owes, I understand, he's a little financial problems there.
With the IRS.
Yeah, the IRS, of course.
He's just
if I'm the IRS guy, I'll be there at the fight night when they get their check.
The ring walk.
Give me my money right there.
Yeah, here we go.
Thank you, Mr. This way, everything's taken care of. The IRS gets their money for sure. Because they're out of the country. These guys leave.
Yeah.
You're never going to get that money back again.
Well, he's coming back. He's doing that this one. Well, Floyd did that. Remember, Floyd did that with the Pacquiao fight. He owed a lot of money on taxes from that and decided because he was fighting Conor McGregor, knew he was looking at another 9-figure payday. Coming back into it, he said, you know what? He talked to the IRS and said, how about I take my, we could do a lump sum out of this fight earnings, and they said fine, and it was and that makes sense. But that's how you do it, you handle it.
That's it.
When you got 9 figures covered, you might as well clean that up right away.
That's it. Mike Tyson and all these great fighters of all times, they all end up broke. Why? Because they think that the money going to keep coming in. Then they get bumped off. They're not fighting anymore, and they go.
Tyson was a crazy one, man. That dude made like $300 million.
Yeah,
and ended up losing $300 million. I mean, he's doing okay now because of a lot of other side ventures, but the money he made for boxing is gone. Yeah, and that was a lot of money, like an unfathomable amount of money.
And it's uncalled for because I just say the managers and the advisors that they have around them, they hang around with a flock of hangers on.
Especially when the people who are supposed to be helping you, without getting into the specifics of the case, are the ones that are are hurting you at the same time.
Exactly.
Makes it a lot tougher.
Yeah, I think that these guys got to get on the right track. But then again, most fighters are uneducated, so they go into the game not knowing, and they get all this money, millions of dollars. The first thing they want to buy Ferraris.
It's like people who win the lottery, man. I mean, it's a really simple.
Most
people
of them,
who win the lottery, they end up broke. The sports lottery is the exact same thing. That's why you talk about athletes and how they end up broke after 5 years. When you just get money out of nowhere, it's not something you grew up with or you slowly gained. You got $30 million. $30 million out of nowhere. That money's just, you don't know how to spend. I wouldn't know how to spend $30 million if it got dropped in my lap right now.
Yeah, you listeners out there, this is a little for you guys as well. It happens to all walks of life, not only fighters, everybody out there. You got a good paycheck coming in, put some of that money aside, to get the 401ks, do something, because what happens in the long run, you may end up without a job, and eventually you will end up without a job because you reach a certain age in life. You say, oh my God, I didn't save that money all these years, 20, 30 years went by, I didn't get to save anything. Now I'm down to my last 2 or 3 years. It's too damn late.
No, yeah.
It's too late.
It happens all the time. Man. And getting back to the fight tonight, or today, actually, like I said, the undercards are already going on. That'll be on at 2 p.m. Our time. And by our time, I mean Pacific time, because I know we do reach other areas. 2 p.m. Pacific time, that is when the ring walk's going to happen. The fight will probably start around 2:15-ish our time. And it's going to be exciting, man, because you have a guy who's really, he's probably the fighter of the year right now. He's racked up, he's undefeated in Alexander Usyk, who wants to move up to heavyweight right after Bellew's done. He wants to challenge Anthony Joshua. I mean, this is a guy who really sees himself as the baddest man on the whole planet.
Yeah, so that fight is coming on at what time?
That fight will be on at 2 p.m. our time.
And that will be on?
On DAZN, DAZN. It's an app. It's a streaming app, $9.99 a month. The first month is free, so you can sign up right now, watch the fight free.
Exactly. You think I have enough time to get dressed, put on my referee uniform, and make it
to Manchester? Time? Probably not. No.
Probably not. I'll try it.
You can try it.
Okay.
It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, why not?
It might be fun. You can make it to the end of it.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, I still got a little butterfly in my stomach. I feel like a little bit, like a little. I want to go back in that ring.
Yeah.
But really, I don't.
Would you rather? Hey, when you think about it, do you miss fighting or reffing more?
No. I miss fighting better than more than reffing. I used to like to get in that ring and see a guy coming at me, and I say, all right, I'm gonna kick your butt. Come straight at me. You watch what's gonna happen.
It's like competitive, right? It's a sense of victory. And being a ref, obviously, you have the same level of stress, but without that release at the end of victory.
Exactly. We're gonna keep talking about this guy, but we're gonna go into a little brief commercial. We'll be right back. Welcome once again to the FBF Firm Show here with Joe Cortez and my co-host John Zimmer, talking about the sport we love the most, boxing.
Beautiful, sweet science.
Yeah. Anyway, so talking about me missing the fight game, listen, I'm a boxing analyst for ESPN. I love it. Sir. And I'm still in the mix. No, I don't miss refereeing anymore. I planned for that 10 years before I retired. And as a fighter, I did okay. I missed being a world champion. I became champion 6 times in the amateurs, but winning the New York, the Easterns, and the Nationals was a lot of fun. And then the pros, I only had that one defeat, my 4th fight. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people asking me online, Joe, is that you with Mike Tyson when he knocked you out? I said, guys, Mike Tyson wasn't even born when I retired.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, come on. I never was a heavyweight. I never even made lightweight. I was only a bantamweight and a featherweight. You know, so come on, please. If you guys, I know my enemies out there would love to see me get knocked out by Mike Tyson, but no, I was a little ahead of time. I came much younger than Mike Tyson, many years prior to Mike
Paved
Tyson.
the way for Mike Tyson.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I was in the ring with Mike Tyson, yes,
Yeah,
on 9 occasions,
9 times.
refereeing him, protecting him, and making sure he didn't get hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my duty as a referee. So no, that's not me getting knocked out. I never was a heavyweight. I don't think I'll ever be a heavyweight. I'm only
hope not.
170 pounds right now. Come on, guys. Anyway, John, listen, talking about the fight taking place in the United Kingdom today.
Yeah.
That's going to be a really good fight.
It's going to be fun, man, because you have a guy, who's really beloved by these fans. Tony Bellew is, he's got a fan base where he reaches, the people who may not know, we, on our podcast, I'm sorry, getting ahead of myself. On our podcast, Fair But Firm Show, which we do on Monday afternoons at 1 o'clock Pacific time, we have partnered with Into Boxing, which is a British media group. They're the people that we do a lot with. So we're on a lot of their forums, and I watch a lot of what they have to say, and they're all, it's all British.
Right.
And these people really believe that not only does Tony Bellew have a chance, but he's going to bring it home. He's bringing the title home. And he's going to, they have almost 100,000 people there who are fully rooting for a guy who's a 5-1 underdog. I mean, that's what we're talking about here. I mean,
I think that the fans will just may inspire him to kind of win this fight tonight.
He's exciting.
I remember when Buster Douglas was 40-1 underdog when he fought Tyson. Buster Douglas.
That was 8 times the odds. Exactly.
And what happened? He ended up knocking out Mike Tyson. So
which is crazy.
Can't give up hope on an individual who thinks he can do it. I mean, he's saying he's going to beat this guy, and it'll be interesting to see. I mean,
no, I'm excited too. I got a question for you. It's kind of fun because of the interest in this. He just he came out yesterday and he made a big statement saying that he's the A side in the fight. That and he's saying he's the one who sets up the venue. He's the one that's making the revenue, and he's cutting Usyk a flat fee. And I don't know if that's true, but I believe if he's saying it is true. Why else would you say something so easily disputable? Now, being the fact that one guy is the 4-time champion and the other guy is the fan favorite. Which one is the A side in your mind? I mean, I guess the one who sells more. Is that the as a promoter? Is that what all that matters?
Well, in boxing, it's a business now. So,
exactly.
So of course, the fans love him, and they say he's a guy bringing in the money. So he would with fan favorite. Yes, he is on the A side on that sense. But when it comes to when you put on
from a competitive standpoint, it's not even close.
It's not even close when it comes. Your guy, 4-time world champion,
exactly,
4-division champion,
current 4-division champion. Yeah,
and it's hard to say that you're going to get. They're going to knock out this guy who's a 4-division champion. Never mind being one champion, 1 division, and 1 sanctioning body.
No, all four. Undisputed. One of only 5 people ever to do that.
Yeah.
And he's doing it, easy. I mean, really easy.
Well, now that we're talking about European fighters, I mean, we're talking about Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
I mean, Deontay Wilder should be the favorite. I mean, he's knocked out 39 or 40 opponents. But Anthony Joshua is the one who draws the money.
Anthony Joshua has 3 belts.
United Kingdom.
To be different. But he has 3 belts, so that is a little bit different.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying. They both are champions.
Yeah.
And, you look at Wilder and Fury right now with perfect opportunity.
Exactly.
Because one of them is the lineal champ going all the way back to, James L. Sullivan.
Yeah.
And the other one is, the WBC champ.
Yeah.
And, it's, and one of them is, they kind of actually are both really the fan favorite at this point. Being the fact that it's in America, you can make the case as Deontay, but not really. Deontay doesn't have the same fans in California that he has in, Alabama or wherever else, where he's from. So it really it's really fun to see that fight play out. I mean, from the beginning to everything that's happening, you have 2 guys who are unbelievable talkers, 2 guys who are really, really exciting and incredibly unique in the ring. And they're going up against each other on December 1st in what's a really, really stacked card. And when you look at actually the tickets and the gate and the whole thing, they're kind of right in between because their ticket prices aren't as expensive as Americans are. And, Eddie Hearn just came out and said yesterday they've only sold 8,000 tickets, but they're pretty much sold out. That's kind of, he likes to project.
Yeah, that fight going to take place in L.A. at the Staples Center. And the Staples Center holds about a good 20,000.
Yeah, so it holds more than T-Mobile, but the ticket prices are lower, but they're not Manchester low.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, everybody there is making a good chunk and pay-per-view dollars, which they don't do in England.
Yeah, I think the pay-per-view is going to be more of a moneymaker for them.
Undeniably, than the gate.
They get for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But,
it better be.
I mean, that fight could have taken place here in Las Vegas.
It was a scheduling thing, right?
Yeah, but
T-Mobile.
But it didn't work out because of, I guess, they weren't able to come up to an agreement with money-wise.
Yeah.
And therefore, they got a better deal out in L.A. And that's what these promoters got to be careful with. And the networks is that, sometimes you go for the big guns, and then what happens is that the money's will work out. And
Yeah.
I mean, then I think in the long run, everybody loses there. When that fight could have maybe taken place in the United Kingdom.
I don't. Oh yeah, it could have. I think. Yeah, I think they want the money, the pay-per-view dollars. I think undeniably they want the pay-per-view dollars, and that comes only in America. I don't think we have to worry about losing a lot of our big fights to California because of the state tax issue. You know what I mean? There's so much bigger there. It just wouldn't make sense. Dollars and cents wise.
Yeah, but we got to take off our hats to them and also take off our hats to the veterans today. Happy Veterans Day.
Oh, my God, yes, absolutely. Happy Veterans Day. This is our Veterans Day show. So happy, like I said, you said, shout out to the veterans.
Yeah, shout out to the veterans. Thanks for serving, guys. And I'm one of them myself. So
yes, and thank you, Joe, for serving.
It's been a lot of fun. These servicemen are doing a lot for us in the country and around the world.
Yeah.
And, of course, in the past. And we're looking for those in the future that I'd like to start a cadet program here in Nevada. Get these young kids involved with some kind of a cadet. So this way, make these kids, teach them a little bit more discipline. They seem to be losing that respect and the respect for their own country. Why not? I think maybe to get them in a cadet program with the school district, get them started, get them in uniform, make them look sharp, let them be more respectful and learn more about life and learn about being a good citizen. I think a cadet program. I was in the St. Martin Nautical Cadets in New York myself. And it helped me when I went into the Army. When I went in there, I was able to march right. And I knew how to, it was easy transition for me. And I was only 18 years of age. And that was after I lost, I think it was my fourth pro fight.
I think schools have ROTC programs, right? That's kind of the same idea?
Yeah, but I like to see more kids involved.
More community,
Yeah, more in the community. Just for anywhere from 12 to, 17 or 18 years of age. Anyway, that's just an idea. Maybe if somebody can reach out to me and say, Joe, let's get that going. I love it. Maybe one of our politicians out there, one of our community leaders will say, Joe, let's do it. We got to keep America good and keep all these kids on the right track and teach them a lot of discipline. A lot of these kids come from broken homes like myself, and we needed somebody to guide us and keep us on the right track. And I think that's what these kids need more of today. So if you guys have any ideas, want to reach out to me, you can. Joe Cortez at joecortez.com. In my website, you can send me an email and let me know what you think. Joe Cortez at joecortez.com. We're going to a brief commercial. We'll be right back. Welcome once again to the Fairwood Firm Show here with Joe Cortez and John Zimmer. We have a guest today. We have Jeff and
Vinny.
Jeff and Vinny. They're here from they're going to have a program next Saturday, is it?
Friday night.
Friday night they have the Randy Couture fundraiser. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, thank you very much for having us on, and we're excited to tell you a really great story about an awesome event we do, especially being that today is the today's the 243rd birthday of the Marine Corps. So we're very thankful, like Joe just said. We thank you for your service, Joe. And this event next Friday night is at the Sam's Town. 100% of the proceeds are donated to Randy Couture's Extreme Couture GI Foundation. And I'm just thrilled to be a part of it as a representative of Tough Enough. Vinny, sitting to my right, is the event committee chairman, and he's responsible for putting this event on every year. And I'd like to invite him to say a little bit about it, please.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Thank you, Joe, and everybody for having us on the show. Yeah, this is a very special event for us that we do each and every year. We're in our 9th year, hence Round 9, Operation Knockout. And to date, we have raised over $260,000. Randy actually cuts the checks, $10,000 checks at a time, and actually goes out to the military.
Bethesda, Maryland, Walter Reed Hospital.
Thank you. And spends the afternoon with the troops and shares stories and whatnot. As many don't know, Randy is a U.S. Veteran himself of the Army branch. So he served and he wants to try to give back. And this is just one of a few events that he does a year that raises money for the troops. So we're very, very excited this year.
Okay, so that's going to take place Friday night, November 16th, and it's going to be at
Sam's Town.
Sam's Town, okay?
Absolutely.
And they're going to have the amateur mixed martial arts, and that's going to be interesting. No boxing at all, huh?
No, we did that a few years ago where we mixed it up, some boxing, some kickboxing, and MMA. But we're, as you know, Joe, we're diehard boxing fans. the popularity of the MMA sport is obviously kind of where it's at this moment in time. But we couldn't have gotten this event off the ground.
Right.
We had a smoker, an exhibition bout to kick it off out of Randy's gym.
Right.
But when we joined forces with Jeff and Barry with Tough Enough in year 2, they solidified it all. They got it sanctioned, etc. And at that point, we wanted to convert it just to MMA and brought in a whole different fan base.
Good. Joey Jones, is he involved with this one? Will he be there this coming Friday?
No.
No, Joey Jones
no,
with
sir.
Boots on the Ground. I did something with Randy Couture a couple of years back, and they had me refereeing. We were doing push-ups.
Oh,
yeah, but it was a good event.
You had to referee a push-up competition?
Yeah, with Randy Couture at his
great.
gym. So it was a great event. We raised a lot of money there and a lot of awareness with the.
Oh yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah,
And this is such a cool thing that you guys are doing. Honestly, I'm blown away by this, and I'm so happy we had a chance to have you guys on and talk about it because any more exposure the better. Obviously, yeah,
Absolutely.
too exciting, man.
Yeah, so I think that you guys are talking about, before we wrap it up, John. We have to talk real quick about the heavyweight fight coming up with the Deontay Wilder.
Absolutely.
And we have Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury coming up December 1st.
Undeniably, man. Yeah.
Yeah, we had announced it on the show before on, so I want to make sure we wrap it up with that. Randy and Jeff Vinny and Jeff.
Hey, that's a compliment. I'll be his son. I'll be Ryan.
We want to thank you so much for
thank you, Joe.
giving the information. Don't forget, next Saturday, November 16th at the Sam's Club.
Friday. It's Friday, November 16th.
Next Friday.
Yeah, I can make it. I'm off Fridays. I can do that. That works perfect.
Beautiful.
Okay,
Yeah.
John. So let's go. We talk about the heavyweight fight coming up. Do you think it's going to be a fight that the fans really want to watch?
I think it's the biggest fight the fans want to watch right now. I think Canelo Triple G is the big. I mean, I think obviously you can make the case that Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder is the biggest fight, but here in America right now, people don't know who Anthony Joshua is, and they know who Tyson Fury is now.
Yeah.
They know who he is now. He's been on Joe Rogan's show. He's been on The Jump. He's been on SportsCenter. He's been on every show you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
It's they're doing everything they can do in their power to promote this fight and promote it well. And he's made himself a household name in both countries.
No, you're 100% right. I really feel that and trying to get all the information out there for our fans to know that the heavyweight division is coming back, and we're doing a lot for boxing. We're trying to get as much information as we can with the boxing game, and I feel that now that we have been talking about the heavyweight division. It's something really good.
Well, it's exploding
I like
right
to see the winners of this coming fight with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. And one of them end up fighting
Anthony Joshua?
Anthony Joshua.
I don't see any way they can. At this point, guys, what more? I mean, what more can they use to hide from?
Exactly.
I mean, at this point, you've got the two biggest guys in the world who aren't you fighting each other. The winner has to fight you. You can't hide behind your refs, your judges, you're this, you're that, because you sell 80,000. But when fans know the dollars don't make sense.
Right.
I mean, it's at the end of the day, you don't want to come here because you could risk losing for more money. Eddie Hearn's you're hiding behind your promoter, you're hiding behind a lot of things, and we call people out in a lot of this. After this fight, there's no more excuses.
Right.
After this, you have to fight the man that wins.
The fans got to demand that fight to happen in 2019.
That's one thing we can do right now in 2018, 2019 that we couldn't do 40 years ago.
Right.
And we have a voice now in the sense that we have social media, we have outlets, we have every way to make sure that our fighters and our promoters know who we want to see and how we want to see them fight. And that's, this is it, right? This is it. This is now.
I can tell you right now, me being in boxing all my life, I can tell you that boxing is very much alive. And MMA, we take our hats off to you guys.
Absolutely.
Doing a great job. But boxing is really on the upswing right now. And we want to see the heavyweight division back here in the USA.
Exactly.
We've had it for so many years.
Exactly.
But I take my hat off to the United Kingdom. I know they're going to do great.
They've done
great competition. It's great for boxing. And I would take my hat off to the fighters in the United Kingdom, the promoters, the managers, the trainers.
Exactly.
I mean, you guys
got to get out of here
job.
right now to go watch that fight that's on right there.
Exactly. Watch that fight. Well, guys, all I can tell you is watch the fight today on Days In. And it's going to be a good fight for the middle super cruiserweight division. Is a division that's not talked about too much, but today's going to be a great fight.
Yes, sir.
Fans, with that said, I want to say good luck. Happy Veterans Day for our veterans out there listening. This is Joe Cortez and John Zimmer and the FBF Fern Show. Catch us every Saturday here in Las Vegas, the boxing capital of the world. And remember, guys, I'm fair, but I'm firm. Touch 'em up.
but firm.
with the Hall of Fame boxing referee
I'm Joe Cortez.
for all of Las Vegas.
Come on, guys, let's touch them up. 3 fight. I'm Joe Cortez. Fair but firm.